Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to SAP MDG demo. Before getting into the demo, let me introduce myself. So, myself Venkat. I have almost 14 plus years of experience, near to 15, and I started my career as an ABAPer. From there, I worked on WebDem, ABAP, FPM, Adobe Forms. Okay, and since last 7 years, I've been working on SAP MDG. I started my MDG career with one of the product-based companies as a product developer. So there I got internally trained on MDG, and then I placed onto the uh, product teams. So there I got the product exposure initially. I worked there for 2 years almost on building MDG new product itself. And then I worked on various uh, implementation projects for the customers, various customers. And so far I worked on implementation projects, support project, and upgradation projects. As I said, like product development as well. So currently I am working as an MDG architect for one of the level 5 companies here in India. And coming to my educational qualification, I did my MCA from Andhra University and MTech from JNTU Kakinada. So you might wonder after MCA why I did MTech like that. So there was a reason. I worked as a lecturer for MCA PG MCA college after my MCA immediately. And then there was some AICT norms, like if anyone is working as a lecturer or assistant professor or above, they should be they should have been already completed MTech or must be pursuing the MTech. So since teaching was my passion, uh, since it was teaching is my passion, so I wanted to do MTech. So uh, I started doing MTech parallelly. Of course, it's a regular course only, but parallelly I was working as a lecturer also. I work as a lecturer around 2.5 years. So that is the reason I did my MTech also. And later, due to some financial commitments and family constraints, everything, the salary couldn't be sufficient for me. So that's where I switched to IT industry. So through my friends, I came to know about ABAP, and then I started my career as ABAP. So that's how my SAP journey started, and that's what my initial journey and everything. Okay. So that's just brief about me. And coming to today's demo, in today's demo, we are going to see at high level. Demo is just to give you some assessment about my way of teaching and the content coverage, okay, and what you get benefit out of our training. So all those things. So here in today's demo, we will see what is MDG and why it came into the picture or how it came into the picture and what are the advantages of MDG. What are the various master data solutions available in MDG and how MDG system looks like. We will have a quick walkthrough of MDG training server, training system also, so that you can get better understanding. And then we will walk through course curriculum. What are the contents I am going to cover, and also prerequisites to learn MDG. So everyone cannot learn MDG. There are some prerequisites, and we will also discuss about the career opportunities and what are the outcomes of our training, meaning what are the deliverables from our training. And there is a platform called Google Classroom. This is your learning platform. I will walk you through this one also. You will get access to this platform wherein you can access all your content, the course content and everything. And then I will take up the questions. So that's the agenda for today's demo. I'll try to finish it in 1 hour, but let's see. Now, this is just introduction. Usually in regular classes, I don't prefer to go by PPTs mostly. So only once the chapter topic is completed, then I will just walk you through the PPT to give you some quick recap kind of thing. But in our regular sessions, we don't go through the PPT. Since it is demo, I'll just walk you through the PPT. That's it. So first we will understand what is a master data. So here I have taken a small example of retail. So let's say there is an e-commerce portal, Amazon. Let's take Amazon. So Amazon sells many products, mobile phones, tablets, laptops, televisions, etc., etc. So I have taken one category, mobile phone. And again, they sell various brands, Samsung, Apple, okay, Nokia, whatever. So I have taken Apple as an example. So in that, I have taken a specific model, iPhone 12 Pro Max of blue colored variant with 256 GB memory. So let's assume the price is 1 lakh INR. It's not that less, in fact, just an assumption. The price is 1 lakh INR for this model. Okay. Now the Amazon don't list the products. Amazon sellers will register into the Amazon and the sellers list the products on the Amazon. Let's say seller has listed this product already and the seller got around 1,000 customers. Okay. So when seller got 1,000 customers, how much they can make out of it completely? Around 10 crores, 1,000 into 1 lakh. Each one is 1 lakh rupees. Now, there is margin also included in this 1 lakh, right? So out of that, some amount goes to seller and some amount goes to the Amazon. Amazon is establishing the platform, right? So they have to pay some platform fee and everything, etc. etc. Let's say there is some error. Instead of 1 lakh INR, the price has been incorrectly updated as 60,000. Data error. So when there is a data error, so customers don't know that whether it is a data error or what. For us, when we go to the Amazon, when we search for iPhone 12 Pro Max 256 GB, we see the price is 60,000. That's it. Okay, we'll definitely attract it towards that. Then we will see, okay, this is very good price and better price, in fact. So we can immediately purchase that. Then let's say same 1,000 customers purchased the product. Now this time they won't get to 10 crores. Instead, they can get 6 crores. They in the sense seller. Why? Because there is a data error. So here, how much is the loss? 4 crores. When there is a loss of 4 crores, that means again the margin comes to the seller will be reduced. Obviously, the margin that comes to the Amazon also will be reduced out of this 4 crores. So there is a loss. Now, let's assume that there is a data error in the color. In the example we have taken so far, the data error was at the price level. Now, if the data error is at the color level, let's say it is updated as gray. In the display, they have updated the color as gray, but at the database warehouse level, that was pointing out to blue color. So for each product, there will be one SKU ID, product ID. Let's say the product ID is 10001 something. So this product ID referring to the warehouse with blue color. But while displaying, while seller is updating the data in the display to the customers, And by mistakenly, seller updated as gray color. So warehouse color is different, display color is different. Now, when customers search for the product, if they search for that iPhone 12 Pro Max, everyone has their own preferred color, right? So let's say a customer wants gray colored mobile. So they search for that, they attract towards that, then they place the order. Now, when they place the order, gray colored mobile will be delivered to the customer. Now, from customer point of view, they have ordered the gray color. But is this delivered? No. Blue colored will be delivered because at warehouse level, it was pointing out to the blue color. Customer don't like. Okay, they request for the exchange. The reason is, hey, I ordered gray color, but I got blue colored mobile. They send the respective screenshot, photos and everything. Then what Amazon does is, Amazon initiates the exchange. And this time, they deliver the gray color and seller identifies, seller realizes the mistake and updates the database with the actual color. Now, in this case also, there is a data error, but is that loss similar to the earlier case? No. This time there is no that much loss. This time the loss is very minimal. What is the loss? Just the shipping charges. Since Amazon has their own logistic partners, hardly it would be maybe 100 rupees or max 200, nothing more than that. So 200 or 100 rupees doesn't matter for them, to be honest. So there is no much loss. So what I'm trying to say is, there might be the cases. So at times when the cases are there due to the data errors, so it doesn't mean that whenever there is a data error, always there is a huge impact. It's not like that. We need to understand where that error is. At what data granular level the error occurred. In an earlier case, the data error was at the price, and in current case, the data error is at the color. Both belongs to the mobile phone. Both has the error, but the impact is different. So whenever there is a data error, the impact will be determined by the importance of the particular field, data field. Okay, so in this entire context, let's understand what are the various types of data available. Okay, first one, seller, or let's go with the mobile phone. Next, seller. And who are involved? Customer. Okay, and when seller, mobile phone and customer all are there, the transactions will happen, right? So customer place the order, then one sales order, purchase order will be generated, then invoice will be generated, and shipping will be initiated. Then transit, then delivery, so and then there is a return period or exchange period, and then closure. So this is the simple cycle. I'm not going too much detail at high level. Now, coming to the mobile phone data. So from mobile phone perspective, what are the attributes we can think of? We can think of the brand of the mobile, model, and IMEI number, color, memory, and warranty. I'm not that good in writing here. So, and manufactured year, etc. Now, coming to the seller, seller name. Since it's a seller, definitely GST would be there here in India, and seller address, registration number, mobile number, and email address.
Ratings of seller.
Yeah, and the ratings of the seller, etc. Similarly, if you talk about the customer also having the name, maybe the mobile phone, mobile number, email address, and few platforms expect date of birth also, gender, and shipping address, delivery address, billing address, etc. So these are the various data from our example. Okay, scenario to scenario that differs. From our scenario, we can think of this entire data in the entire transaction. So now here, let's categorize entire this data into two sections. One is dependent data, another one independent data. So now dependent data, when it comes to the dependent data, here we are talking about the particular sales transaction of iPhone 12 Pro Max. So when you talk about this iPhone 12 Pro Max sales transaction, if there is no mobile listed, no seller available, no customer available, can we think of this one? Definitely not. That means the sales transaction is dependent on mobile, I mean the product and the seller and the customer. And when it comes to the mobile and seller customer, so mobile exists, but seller has to list that on the Amazon, that's it. And customer exists. If there is no seller, no mobile also, customer exists. And if there is no mobile, no customer also, seller exists. Okay, maybe seller and mobile are linked. But here we are just talking about a product. It can be by this seller or different seller, doesn't matter. So here, let's say seller listed the mobile, but customer did not make the purchase. So can these transactions happen? No again. Or let's say seller is there, customer is there, but seller did not list the mobile. So from our case, iPhone 12 Pro Max, again in that case, no transaction will happen. Or let's say only customer exists. No seller available on Amazon, no products are available. Then again, the transactions won't happen. So here, the entire transactions are dependent on these three data. And again, here if you talk about the mobile phone or seller or customer, are we frequently changing this? So how many of us frequently changing our Amazon account or Flipkart account? Very rarely. Only when there is some address change, or if you want to change your name or payment details, then only we go and update our account. Otherwise, we just keep it as is. We register once, and only when it is needed, we go and update our account. But the transactions data, the sales orders, purchase orders, they keep generating. Even for the same product, you can see multiple transactions gets generated. It's not only you or me, only one person purchasing this mobile. There will be a lot of customers. So for all customers, single product. For single product, there will be a lot of transactional data keep generating. Multiple sales orders will get generated, multiple purchase orders, multiple invoices, all those things will be generated as many purchases are there. So again, here the further segregation is frequently changed data, occasionally changed data. So frequently changed data is this one. Maybe the sales order and invoice for a particular order that is unique, but it is linked to the product, right? So for this product, the orders are getting generated very frequently. That means the order details for this product will get updated very frequently. Think in that perspective. So this entire data, whatever we see here, these are very frequently changed. So these are called as transactional data. And here, this data above 3 segments, we don't change that frequently. We just change occasionally as and when needed. And this is called as master data. So if you guys are already from SAP background, you must have been already having a good knowledge on what is master data and what is transactional data. So this is for those who are new to this environment. Okay. So this is about the master data and transactional data. Let me take a snap of this. Okay, that is about the master data and transactional data. So any questions so far from anyone? So meanwhile, yeah, yeah, thank you. Meanwhile, if you haven't updated your name and source, you can just update in the chat window. Now, let's move on further. In SAP, we have various types of data in addition to master data and transactional data. We have basis data, organizational data, master data, and transactional data. So master data we have just discussed a real-time example. And when it comes to SAP terminology, we do have various master data defined: material master, customer master, supplier master, business partner, equipment, function location, task list, okay, maintenance plan, maintenance item, general ledger, cost centers, profit center, GL accounts, and HR master data. Likewise, transactional data, we have sales orders, purchase orders, invoices, all those things. And when it comes to the basis data and organizational data, what can be considered as basis data and what can be considered as organizational data? So let's take an example. Let's say you have purchased a new mobile phone. When you purchase the new mobile phone, can you be able to directly use that mobile phone? Definitely not. We need to do the initial setup. Like you need to register with your account and you need to select the country preference, country and the language or maybe the privacy settings like allowing the location, allowing the access to the photos, allowing the access to the contacts, etc. etc. So you just need to update all these details. Once you update all these details, then your mobile will be booted. So once the mobile is on, let's say you have a specific requirement. You would like to send an email to your friend via Gmail application. Now, let's take a case like the Gmail is not inbuilt application, maybe for an iPhone. So even though your new iPhone is set up already with your account details and everything, you cannot send an email to your friend because the Gmail respect to application is not at installed. What you need to do? This is your requirement. So you need to go to the App Store, find Gmail application, install that, then application is installed. Fine. Still you cannot send an email because you need to go to the Gmail application. I mean, you need to open that and log in with your Gmail account first. Okay. You have logged into the Gmail account. Still, can you send an email to your friend? So to send an email to your friend, what you need to know? You need to know the email address of your friend. If you don't know that, again, you cannot send. So you need to know the address of your friend and what content you need to uh, send. So once you have all this information ready, you can trigger an email to your friend. So just to achieve this requirement, like the main requirement is sending an email to your friend from Gmail account on your new iPhone. So before executing the actual task, you could require to perform all these activities. Like you need to configure your new mobile. You need to install the Gmail application. You need to log into your account. You need to have your friend's Gmail address. Then only you can perform the actual task. Similarly, in SAP also, let's say customers would like to create some business partners master data, or they would like to create a jail account master data or material master data. So if they want to execute this operation, there should be some environment. On the fly, they can't do this, right? There should be some UI application where they have the access and they can go and start initiating the master data creation or change whatever they want. So that means the environment, the core environment must have been already set up. Be it MDG or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just talking in general way. So what is the core environment setup? The SAP server must have been set up already, whether it is ECC or S4HANA. Who will do that? Basis team will do that. They install the MDG, they install the SAP server, the required version by the client, and they do the initial configuration. They do the memory management. They allocate the resources, IT infrastructure that will be taken care by IT team. And if the customers want to make some activities, the respective accesses should be there for them. So that will be taken care by the security team. So the initial setup environment will be done by IT team, basis team, security team. So while they are doing this initial environment setup, there would be different data created in the backend. So in SAP, whatever you do any configuration or anything, everything will be saved in the form of data. When I say data, obviously it should be stored in the tables. So that data, whatever gets created during the environmental setup for the SAP server is called as basis data. Okay. Just like correlate this to our iPhone initial setup. Now, once the iPhone is set up, in our example, we need to install the Gmail application to send an email. Similarly, here also SAP is set up. SAP environment is ready. Can the customers still perform their operations? No. Let's say client would like to create a material. If client would like to create a material, they can't directly go and create the material. So for creating the material, first the respective material type, material group, plant configuration, storage location configuration, classification configuration, characteristics, class assignments. All those things must have been already configured in the system. Then only they can go and create the material. Just like your Gmail application should have been set up and you must have your friend email address. Then only you can go and trigger the email. Similarly here also. So to perform the actual operation, whatever the course data setup is required, uh, some settings, whatever is required, that is considered organizational data, like configuring the material types, configuring the material groups, etc., etc. So once these two data is ready, organizational data and basis data, then the master data can be initiated. So once the master data is ready, then the business transactions will happen. So typically, these are the various types of data we can see in SAP. So from MDG perspective, what we are going to work on? Are we going to work on only master data? Because MDG stands for master data governance. Many people think that we are going to work on only master data, but that's a wrong assumption. Let's say these two are not there. Can we think of master data? Definitely not. We have to focus on these two as well. Of course, this will be handled by different teams, but as an MDG consultant, we need to know about these two also. What is this basis data? What is this organizational data? We don't create that. We don't create the basis data, but we will be validating. So in MDG, our focus is on these three data, and the core focus is on master data. We don't worry about the transactional data. That will be taken care by completely the respective teams. We don't bother at all in MDG perspective about the transactional data. But we need to think about the impact also. That is second. Any questions so far? Okay. Now moving on. So what are the various challenges? So we'll just discuss at a high level since we are running out of the time. So when there are some data errors, master data errors, there will be different challenges, like mainly the revenue will get affected, and if you talk about any distributed environment, there might be data duplications, data inconsistencies, data reliability issues, etc., etc. So when there are that kind of challenges, the organizational high level people will get affected. They have to address, they have to answer to so many people. We'll discuss in regular sessions in detail about each and every challenge. Okay. So MDG is MDG tool has been built by SAP to address various master data challenges, and these are the few capabilities of MDG: governance, consistency, integration, reusability, data quality, flexibility, etc. And these are few advantages. Now, user interfaces in MDG. Let me walk you through the system now. You will be given access to the training environment. So your access will be there throughout the course. Till the end of the course, you will be having the access to our MDG server. We are using the S/4HANA 2022 MDG server. So there is a transaction called MDG IMG, where we will be performing various configuration activities. Here you see various master data, and these are the general settings for all master data. Okay, like for example, data modeling. There is something called data model. There are standard data models. These three are the standard data models, and the rest everything is custom data model. So from different batches, people are created. We'll see how to create the custom data model also. See, total 40 are there. 3 are standard and 37 created by our students, earlier students. And similarly, would you have something called change request types, for example? So here total 261 are there. And if you go to the down, whichever is starting with Z, so those are created in the previous batches and by few of our students. Z or Y, those are customs. So likewise, we will see the required configuration in MDG and everything. And we will also implement the business logic. So we also write the code here. This may be simple code. So likewise, we will be having the complex code and everything. And coming to the UI applications, how the customers or clients can interact. So there are two applications. One is NWBC. And another one, Fury Launchpad. We'll see how to configure, how to create a new UI application and everything. These are the roles. And these are the Fury groups. Okay, let's say if you go to anything, maybe the material governance. These are the Fury types. And if you go here in NWBC view, it is displayed likewise. Okay, if you want to search for any material, you can search. In Fury also, you can do the similar activity. We'll see how to configure the Fury catalogs, Fury groups, custom roles, and everything. You can search for the existing materials. And if you want to create a new material, you can create. So in NWBC also, you can search for the materials. Okay. Now you see, this is the screen where we will create the material by providing different data. Whatever required by customer or client, they will provide the required data. Okay. So likewise, these MDG UIs are available, Fury and NWBC. So these UI applications are delivered when it comes to the NWBC. Those are delivered in, designed in FPM, Web Demo. And in Fury, there are two kinds of Fury applications. One is the NWBC integrated and another one is native Fury. Native Fury applications designed in UI5. During the live sessions, we will see what is the native Fury, what is NWBC integrated, all those things. Okay. Those are the various interfaces. And out of the box applications, like I just shown you, there are various master data delivered by SAP. There are material governance, some unnecessary tabs are there, just ignore. Business partner governance, customer, supplier, finance data. Likewise, we'll be having our custom UI applications also created. See that we'll create our custom UI applications also during our live sessions. So this is the custom application we have created. Okay. So these are the various out of the box domain applications. So that's all about the introduction to MDG at high level and what are covered in MDG out of the box and how MDG environment looks like. Next, we are going to have a walkthrough of the course curriculum. So before getting into that, do you guys have any questions? Okay. Now let's have a quick walkthrough of our course curriculum, what we are going to cover. I divided entire course into different chapters, and here I have maintained the order for the units or chapters, just to give you the understanding of the relevant topics. But when it comes to our training, it exactly we may not follow the same order. This is the physical order, and during our training we follow the logical sequence. Like when I discuss these two chapters, then let's say I started chapter 3. After discussing few of the concepts, to proceed further with the remaining topics, I might discuss the topics from maybe chapter 4 or chapter 5 or chapter 6. So then that is the logical sequence. What I do is, first I complete this order, then I go to the another concept, I finish that up, then I come back again here. So that is the logical sequence. So that would help you how the real-time process is going to be. That is the real-time process. In real time, whenever you get a requirement, you don't go by chapter, right? Here, let me first go through this data modeling, then I go through the UI modeling, likewise. So when you are building a task, whatever is required to that task, you need to go in a flow. So we'll follow that particular process here in the training. But by the end of the course, whatever content you can see here, everything could have been completed already. So that logical sequence help you from the real-time perspective. That is my agenda. Now, the first unit will see the introduction to MDG. I'll just explain at high level in this unit what we are going to cover. I don't go by topic. You may not be able to understand. So in this first unit, we will see what is MDG and what are the advantages of MDG and what is the architecture of MDG and how MDG can be deployed into the client environment and what are the various standard solutions available from MDG, all those things. Baseline configuration. So this chapter is about setting up a new MDG environment. Let's say you are given SAP new server, then client asks you to configure MDG there. See, it is a brand new server. Now, when the client asks you to configure MDG there, what you need to do? What are the various configuration activities? Of course, there is multiple teams involvement needed. As an MDG consultant, what are the activities you need to do to get that ready? Just like you purchased a new iPhone from the shop, it doesn't mean that it is ready for use. So you need to know what you need to configure. Similarly, you are given a SAP server. If your clients would like to use MDG, you need to know how to set up MDG. So that we are going to discuss here in the baseline configuration. Data modeling. So MDG is mainly focused on master data, right? So how you can model that master data, be it a material or BP or customer, supplier, jail account, standard or custom. If it is a standard, how the standard master data was being modeled. If it is a custom, how we can model the custom data. Okay. So next, service mapping tool. We simply call it as SMT. So in MDG perspective, we have different types of data. Again, we'll discuss that. So MDG can be integrated to the external systems also. So when there are external systems involved, we need to map the data from MDG to the target systems. And within MDG also, there are two types of data. We call that as staging data and active data. So whatever the data model we created here, that falls with the staging data. And for the business to have do the transactions, that staging data has to be mapped to the active data, but the format would be different. So to make it more simple, when there is a source data and target data, if both the structures are different, then how we map the relevant fields. For that, there is a standard tool called SMT. We'll see what is SMT and what are the standard SMT mappings available delivered by SAP, and how we can create a custom mapping and everything. Data quality and check. One of the core principles of MDG to improve the data quality. So what are the different ways to improve the data quality? We can do some configuration, we can implement some business rules in the system. Okay. Likewise, there are various ways. We will see all those things in this chapter. UI modeling. So just now we had seen the MDG UI application, right? NWBC and Fearing. So we'll have a walkthrough of all those UI applications, and we'll walk through of standard applications, and we'll see how to create a custom application as well as how to enhance the standard applications as per the client requirement. Process modeling. So, and one more core principles of MDG is governance process. Nothing but workflow process, approval process. Okay. So how you can build the governance process, meaning the approval process flow. What are the standard workflows we do have and how we can build a custom workflow. You don't need to know the SAP business workflows for this. Here we'll be using the BRF plus mainly. We'll be walking you through that. We'll be explaining that in detail from the beginning. So here we'll see various workflow scenarios like the basic workflows and the dynamic agent selection, parallel workflow, parallel CRs, etc., etc. All those things we'll see in this particular process modeling unit. Okay, it's just like, let's say you have applied for a personal loan, immediately won't get the amount, right? It has to undergo certain levels of approvals. Similarly, here also in MDG, as and when the client initiates the master data process, it won't get approved immediately. It has to undergo certain levels of approvals. So how we need to define that approval process, that we will discuss in this process model. Trust me, you take any project without process modeling, meaning without workflows, there won't be any project, MDG project. Even there won't be any custom business rules, there won't be any custom enhancements, but without custom workflows, I haven't seen any project so far in my career. So this chapter is that much important. And this is the chapter where we spend more time in our entire training. We spend almost 3 weeks only on this chapter itself, process modeling. So this is that huge and that important. At the same time, a little complex also, but I will try to make it easier as much as I can. And you will be getting more real-time scenarios in this also. Next, data replication framework. Like I said, MDG can be integrated with various environments, SAP or non-SAP environments. So we need to replicate our master data from MDG to the external environments. We'll see why we need to replicate and how that integration would happen. What is the need for integration? What is the need for replication? Everything we will see. Okay. What are the various ways to replication and how that can happen, how we can restrict the replication, etc., etc. All those things we will see in this chapter. Next, data import framework. So in MDG, at times we need to load the data from external sources to MDG. So to load the data into MDG, we have one technique called data import framework. One of the techniques, I can say. So how this tool can be used to load the data into MDG from external sources. Extending standard features. So as we know, like most of the customers don't go with the standard functionality delivered by SAP as is. They will customize. meaning they will enhance the standard functionality with their customer requirement. Let's say you got a mobile phone. By default, there is some wallpaper and there is a ringtone set up by Apple. Do you go by that wallpaper and mobile ringtone? 99% of the people choose their own custom wallpaper and their own favorite ringtone. That is also customization only. Whether it is small or big, doesn't matter. Customization, that's it. Similarly, SAP delivered one product, MDG product, with some features. Let's say there is some XYZ pharma client. Does that client need to go with the same standard feature delivered features? No. They can custom, they should be able to customize. So they can customize as per their requirement. Maybe the new attributes or new UI applications or new business rules, whatever. So what are the various extension operations we do have from MDG perspective and how we can do that? All those things we will discuss here. There are data model extensions, UI extensions, workflow extensions, SMT extensions, standard classes extensions, business roles extension, etc. etc. We'll see all those things here. MDG analytics and monitoring. So these are just the reports, the standard reports. We'll just see how the standard reports works. So end of the day, client would like to get the reporting from the operations done in the last quarter or last month or last week, whatever. So what are the various out of the box delivered reports are there? How we can extract that, and is there any configuration needed for that? And then theory. So don't worry if you don't know about the core theory or UI5. In fact, I also don't know the core theory UI5. But here in MDG perspective, we will see what are the standard theory roles delivered by SAP. And just like we had seen one group, right, material governance, that is a standard theory group. Similarly, how we need to configure the custom theory group. For that, you don't need to know the theory or UI5. We are not going to write any coding. It's just a configuration. So we will have a walkthrough of standard theory applications, standard theory groups. There is something called theory catalog. Also, we will see how to create a custom catalog, custom group. Okay. What kinds of theory applications we do have in MDG? All those things we will see here. Now, data quality management. This is a new tool delivered by SAP, which is integrated with MDG, but it itself is a separate module, DQM and consolidation, MDC. Okay. So we don't discuss these tools in detail, but we'll have a walkthrough of the DQM and MDC tools. What are those tools and what are the advantages? Are they really benefit to the customers? Okay, and how they are useful to the customers and what are the various configuration required. At high level, we will see. And multi-object processing, mass changes. This is part of core MDG. We will see in detail what is this mass processing. We in MDG we do have two processes: single object processing, mass processing. We will see both. Next, project activities, very crucial and very important. So though you learned all the topics and everything in detail or you did good practice, if you don't know the real-time project environment, or if you don't know the in real-time project, what you are going to do, what is your role, what are your responsibilities, so you will struggle. So what we do is at the end of the course, we'll take one real-time POC kind of thing, the project, and we'll see what are the various end-to-end activities you need to do, or what is your role as an MDG technical consultant or as a functional consultant, and what are the documentation, project documentation we need to work on, and how various deliverables will be uh, uh, prepared by you. So all those things we will have a walkthrough at the end of the course. We'll see the project cycle also, types of projects and everything. So on top of this, we'll have the certification guidance. So the current certification code for MDG is CMDG 1909. So I think maybe from June or July, they are going to introduce a new certification, 2022 or something. But as of now, this is the active certification for MDG. Okay, we'll see what is the certification process and uh, what are the various subscriptions available and how do you can purchase the subscription and how you can prepare for the certification and mock text, how you can schedule a certification exam and what is the exam process and everything. And for your information, this is not a certification oriented course. This is a real-time oriented course, real-time project oriented course. Okay, remember that. And for your information, even though you are not MDG certified, you will be getting good opportunities uh, in the job market, because currently the number of MDG resources in the market are very less. Okay, many companies, many clients are struggling to get the MDG resources, to be honest. Even in my current organization also, there are a lot of openings, but we couldn't able to find the potential resources in the market. So what we are doing is we are picking few trainees internally, maybe the college graduates or whoever. We are providing them the trainings on the core modules as well as on MDG, and shadowing them for a few months, then placing into the projects. So that is the current situation. So the opportunities are very good. You can expect a minimum 3 times into your experience. Let's say your experience is 5 years. 5 into 3, minimum 15 lakhs you can expect. Of course, that may increase or decrease based on your current package also. Remember that. Few people have, even though 5 years of experience, they might be having around 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs package only. Maybe they might have hired directly by the organizations during their education period, maybe college graduates. So they might have joined with 3 lakhs package or 2.5, 3.5. So as you know, when we continue in the same organization, we can't expect much hike. That's the reason they might have been got only the less package, even though they have the 5 years of experience. So then when they are applying for the new job, they also consider the current package. But if you really perform well in the interview and if you really can be able to justify this is the market standard, but since I was continuing in the same organization, I got only this package, but I'm expecting as per the market standard 15 lakhs. If you can be able to justify, few people cannot be able to do that. Then yes, you can be able to get that. That is the minimum package I'm saying, but people are getting more than that also. Opportunities are more. And when it comes to the abroad opportunities, currently the MDG market is very good in USA, Europe, India, as well as currently Malaysia and Middle East also getting more projects on MDG. This is the international market, and in India, of course, you have all kinds of opportunities: freelance, contract to hire, permanent positions. Everything is available on MDG. Only the thing is you have to have the good knowledge. And the training highlights what you can get out of the training. So you will get the real-time oriented training. So I have good industry experience. And I will try to explain the concepts as much deeper as I can. Okay. And you will get the assignments. Once a particular topic is completed, I will give you the assignments. And you will get the study materials, interview questions, mock interviews will be conducted, and I will assist you in the resume preparation. So we'll be using the Google Classroom as our learning platform. And you will get the S/4HANA 2022 server access throughout our course. These are all various deliverables that you can see out of our training. Your learning model, your learning platform is Google Classroom. Once you make the payment and enroll for the course, you will get the access to Google Classroom. What you need to do is you just need to provide your Gmail address to me. That's it. Rest I will take care. And you don't need to go anywhere to access the course content. You don't need to go to Google Drive for something, YouTube for something, and somewhere for something. Not like that. It's a one-stop solution. That's it. Only one access. Of course, server is different. Server is a different thing. So for course access, you can just have go through the Google Classroom. That's it. And Google quiz forms. So in addition to the assignments, we will be conducting the quizzes also. I will share you the Google quiz form on topic by topic. So that is to assess your knowledge, where you stand for. And the feedback forms. So I'll be expecting the intermittent feedback instead of waiting till the end of the course. So that in between, if there are any improvements are needed, I can work on that. Whenever the feedback form is open, whenever you would like to share feedback, you can share your feedback. You can submit any number of feedbacks. There is no limitation. Now let's have a walkthrough of the Google Classroom platform. So this is our Google Classroom. There are various classrooms. So I will just go through the common classroom. So once you enroll for the course, you will be given the access to this. You can see this style. And stream, that is the announcements tab. If there are any important announcements, like if we have any holidays or if there are any further announcements, I'll be updating here. You can see like this. And classwork, this is the main page for you where you can access your course content. Now, here there are various topics. Let's say if you want to walk through, go to assignments. Go to the assignments. You will see what are the various assignments available. Okay. And if you want to go through all topics, you can click on all them. You can scroll down. So the case studies, I started with recent batches only, case study. Earlier it was not there. Now I am giving the case studies also. And certification guidance, everything is here. Class notes. So regularly, whatever the concepts we are discussing, I'll prepare one class notes for that. So you can be able to access that class notes. And class recordings. So daily, whatever concepts we discuss, by within half day, like let's say our class completes by 8 o'clock, by evening around 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., the recording will be uploaded here. You can access that here. Only the thing is you cannot download the video, but except the videos, you can download everything else. The assignments or documents, study materials, everything. Videos only the view access. That's it. So on day-to-day basis, whatever we are discussing, everything will be uploaded like this in a sequence. Okay, I will segregate if there are more classes. If you see for a layer batch, around 3 sections are there. Okay, external materials. Let's say you are new to SAP, you want to learn ABAP or MMR, BP, FICO. I'll give some external materials references also. You can go through these documents. Okay. So these are not my board, but whatever I found in the internet, which are uh, explained very clearly and which are useful for you, I'll just give you that reference. You can go through that based on your interest. And interview questions will be uploaded here also. Mock interviews, whatever I conduct the mock interviews, those recorded sessions will be uploaded here as well. So recently on 8th February, I conducted one mock interview. And quizzes, like I said, there will be quizzes which will be uploaded, and reference resumes for technical, functional, techno-functional, source codes. So all source code, I place it in single document. That would be helpful for you in the real time. You can refer to that code while you are working on the real-time projects. Specification documents like the technical specification, functional specification, business BPDs, everything. Study materials. Okay, few are my own documents, few are from SAP standard. So whatever I feel which is good, that would be uploaded here. You can access the study materials. You can download or you can download the document. That is best way. So likewise, you can see the classroom. You will be given access to this platform. You can access everything here itself. You don't need to go anywhere. And if you want to see your fellow students, so this is the place where you can see. And the grades for assignments and quizzes, I would be giving the grades. So you can see the grades. Okay, for assignment wise and quiz wise, everything. You can see all the grades over here. This is walkthrough of the Google Classroom. Now, prerequisites to learn MDG. Who can learn MDG? So it's kind of a contradictory kind of statement, to be honest, because few people, even from my opinion, if you are already having SAP knowledge or prior experience on SAP, then you can learn MDG. But few people are aspire to learn MDG even though they don't know SAP. So for them, there is a other way. But let's talk about the prerequisites first. If you are a technical consultant, you need to know the core ABAP, not complete core ABAP, the basics, reporting, and the data dictionary, function modules. That's enough. And the object-oriented ABAP, because we write our entire code in the OOPS ABAP only in MDG. Enhancements, especially the enhancement framework, baddies and all. IDOCs, so all services. If you have these two skills, that is very nice. But even though you don't have these two, that's fine. You can continue attending the course. Parallelly, you can learn this. I will give you the source where you can learn all these things. If you don't have any of these things, I will show you the path where you can learn, where you can gain knowledge about this. And if you are a functional consultant, so the recommended is either of the domain knowledge you have, either material or BP or ST or FICO plan maintenance. Because from MDG perspective, if you want to project yourself as a functional consultant, you need to project as whether you are MDG material functional consultant or finance functional consultant, likewise. So for that, you need to have the core domain knowledge. What are the configuration we need to do in MM? What are the configuration we need to do in FICO? All those things you need to know. So if you don't know any of these things, again, I will be giving you the sources where you can gain the knowledge or exposure to the core domains. Okay. And techno-functional, it is a combination of these two. So these are the prerequisites. Since MDG is not an independent module, it is dependent. It is one layer on top of the existing SAP. So you must have some exposure on the SAP, whether it is a technical or functional. Now, coming to the other side, few people might have been working on different domains like Java or any other, but they want to switch to SAP. They found MDG is having very good scope in the market, very good demand in the market, good career opportunities, but they don't have any idea about SAP. So what they can do? So for that reason, mainly, I conduct the demo at least 10 days before the actual classes started. So today is 10th, right? Our regular classes will be started from 19th. It will have almost more than a week time. So I'll be sharing you some resources, some sources. So you can go through those videos you gain some knowledge about SAP based on your core interest, functional or technical. I will be sharing you the required resources. So I will guide you to get started with MDG. First, what videos you need to complete. Then once you start with MDG, parallelly what videos you need to cover progressively. So that by the end of the course MDG, you must be acquiring or you must be having the prerequisite skills plus MDG skills. But if you bypass that path, like if you don't learn above at all, but you project yourself as MDG technical consultant, first thing, it's hard to get the job. And let's say through some way you got the job, and it is difficult to survive in the real time. So that's why my sincere recommendation is gain the required skills, prerequisite skills. If you have already, that's fine. If you don't have, just gain that parallelly with MDG. By the end of the course, you should meet these requirements. That should be your agenda. If you are already in SAP or new to SAP, so you can talk to me later. I will guide you. No issues. So any questions so far? So we'll just walk through of the frequent FAQs after taking up your questions.
I just wanted to know about the effort required from our end. You said there would be assignments, right? Is it daily assignments or weekly assignments?
So it's yeah, good question. So the frequency is not defined. So the frequency is not based on the time, it's based on the concepts completion. Let's say if I'm discussing data model, new data model creation, it might take 2 days or 1 week or 10 days. Once that is completed, then I will give you the assignment. Meaning, once the concept is completed, immediately you can see one quiz and assignment or more, one or more. And once the assignment or quiz is allocated to you, I will be giving you the time like 2 weeks or 10 days based on the complexity of that. So within that time, you can finish that up. And yet sometimes I would be extending the timelines also. It depends on the scenario.
And also for the prerequisites, like from now to 19th, we have 10 days, right? So if we make the payment, are we going to get access to the Google Classroom?
For prerequisites, you don't need to pay anything. So even whether you enroll for the course or not, you just message me based on your interest, whether you want to learn ABAP or MM or whatever. So I'll be giving you that links. You can just go through. You don't need to have the access to Google Classroom. I will share it for free. No issues. I don't charge anything.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Any other questions from anyone?
Yeah, I would like to ask if this course, I mean, the training you're giving, is going to continue in Zoom classes or is it some kind of other way?
Yeah, good thing. Maybe I forgot to include that part. That's a good thing. I will add that. So we are going to have the classes in the Zoom, just like how you join now. Daily, you are going to join the same way. And the course will be started from 19th February. And if there is any change, maybe 1 or 2 days, I will update you in advance. But mostly it would be started by 19th February. And the classes are from Monday to Friday, morning 7 to 8 a.m. And the duration, you can say 3.5 months. So I would take little more time. 3.5 months is bit high, but trust me, your 3.5 months time, whatever you are spending here, that won't go wasted. You will see the real productivity in your real time. So that will be really helpful for your career. So for your career, you are spending this time. So just pay attention, pay focused. Okay, because our graduation we are spending 4 years of time. So for our career, we just need to spend 3 to 4 months or 3.5 months like that. That would help you in your career. Yeah. Any other questions from anyone?
Yes, Venkat. One more thing. Like for technical consultant, what is the scope? Just want to understand.
Yeah, the scope is very good for technical consultant compared to functional, to be honest. Because if you take any project, the number of technical consultants are more. You take any project, meaning number of programmers are more. Functional consultants are limited, right? One or two people will be there because projects don't need more functional consultants. Similarly, here also in MDG, we need more technical consultants for any project. At the same time, without functional consultant, there won't be any project again. We
Like,
need functional as well as technical, but the opportunities for technical are more compared to the function.
and technical is independent of like whether it is like MDG, FI or MM or like whatever module it is, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, thanks.
Your role is more because where the functional consultant role is constrained to a specific domain, but you need to work on any domain, whatever given to.
Thank you.
But our course is designed in such a way to cater both the requirements of technical and functional for all the domains.
So Venkat, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Like currently I have joined this training through my office laptop. So
Okay.
do I require an additional laptop for the further trainings, or I can go ahead with this?
That I cannot say because organization to organization, the firewall settings, etc., will be differ. So if you already joined the meeting through your office laptop, so the same way the daily meetings are also going to be, you can join. Only the thing is you need to know whether you would be able to access the MDG server. Whether is there any restriction because that is a remote server, right? I don't know whether is there any restriction or that you need to know. Maybe you can let me know later. I will give you some demo server details. You can try that out.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank
But
you, Venkat.
before that, please ensure that you check with your internal trusted sources whether you can be able to connect because otherwise complaints will be coming.
Yeah, sure, I will. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank
don't
you.
want you to be into that one.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, hi Venkat, this is Satish. Like I'm coming from that directly from production line. I don't have experience in that entire this softwares. Okay,
Mhm.
how I would like to achieve this one? Is it correct for me?
So what is your total years of experience?
Around 12 years experience in production line.
Production line. So when you say production line, what is it?
That means the products. I'm working that Caterpillar trucks missions,
Okay. It's
mining trucks and everything.
okay. Direct live environment.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said, you just need to gain any of these skills based on your interest. If you are interested in coding or if you are interested in functional, and on top of that, some of your recent experience you need to project as MDG.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say you worked on MDG for last 4 years or 5 years, then you are good.
Okay. And one more question, like you says that study materials, right? Is that we'll get that hard copies or else the system soft copies only?
No, soft copies only.
Okay. Good to this.
I'll upload in the Google Classroom. You can download that. If you wish, you can print that. But I don't recommend that because nowadays soft copy is very portable, right? So
Yes, that's
also go green policy. Yeah.
Yep.
And also soft copy means I would be updating sometimes the latest content. So if you take the hard copy, then you are outdated kind of thing. So that's why just go with the soft copy that is portable and flexible. Wherever you want to learn, wherever you are traveling, you can easily access them.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I have a different experience working as a mechanical engineer. I want to convert to this one, but I have an idea about SAP. but I'm an end user. I didn't work in
SAP.
but what you are recommending for me as a technical consultant, functional?
So, to be honest, there is nothing called recommendation for technical or functional. That is my opinion. So it's
Okay.
your interest, whether you are in, because few people are, even though few people are from computers background, they may not be interested in the coding. It depends. So if your interest is in the coding, then I would suggest to go to the technical. If you are not interested in the coding and if you are more interested from the business perspective, like interacting with the business and from the business processes perspective, if your interest is in that area, then go for the function.
Yeah, I have an idea about master data, assets creation, how to change assets and all these things. Because I'm an end user, I'm giving inputs
Yeah,
for master data.
yeah. So if your core area is that, and if you are not that interested in the coding, I would suggest you to go to the functional
No.
and choose any of the modules, whether material or FICO or whatever. If you are a beginner to functional, maybe most of the people choose this one, MM, because FICO is very complex and EST less opportunities. PM, it is a different thing. We'll discuss that. MM is the most frequently choice by many people.
Okay.
I will share you the required content and everything, wherever you can gain the required knowledge on the configuration and all those things.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, and I will share this class recording also from the Google Drive. If you are directly to me, I will WhatsApp you that meeting recording or email you. If you are from institute, I will share with your institute partner. They will send it to you.
So Venkat, I have one last question to you. So once this course will be completed, then how long we can access to Google Classroom
So yeah,
practice?
a good thing. Even I forgot that to tell you. The Google Classroom access is lifetime.
Okay.
As and when I am in this training world and as and when I am available, that classroom access will be there. So there won't be any time limitations. But in case if I am going to stop the trainings in future for some reason, or if I am going to close everything, then I would give you the access for complete download. You can download everything, videos and everything. Then I will close the class.
Okay,
That I can
sounds
assure.
perfect. Okay, thank you for answering. Thank you.
Venkat,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
So I wanted to ask about the 3 learning options you mentioned in the email. There was one that was self-learning with live training. How is that different from your instructor-led training?
So yeah, so live training is just like you daily attend the classes and go with the live guidance, and the self-learning, as you know, pre-recorded sessions, you will get access to that. And the third one is self-learning with the live access is nothing but, let's say now you want to go with the self-learning, maybe the class timings may not be suitable for you or etc. So you pay some XYZ amount for the self-learning. It is not as same as the live training fees. It is 50% reduced. So now let's say the live training is 50,000. Just an example, not that much I am charging. Let's say the live training is 50,000 and the self-learning is 20,000. So you pay 20,000 now for the self-learning. You are going through the videos and everything. Maybe after 6 months, you have the time to attend the live classes. Now, what you can do is, you already taken the self-learning by paying 20,000, right? Now you can pay the remaining 30,000 and enroll for the live classes.
Okay.
That is self-learning with live. That's not mandatory that after taking self-learning, you must attend the live class. It's not like that. It's up to you. You have that option. That's
I know this is out of the box, but say I'm done with the live training, do I still get access to the self-learning with the videos?
yeah, it's
Or
the same
only
thing. Yeah, it's a Google Classroom. You have the access. That is nothing but the self-learning. So I will be giving self-learning means I will be giving the access to this Google Classroom only, nothing much.
Okay, thank you.
Hi Venkat, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
So, is there any laptop configuration required to complete this course? We need.
Nothing. You just have the minimum configuration i3 or i5 processor. That's
Okay,
it. That should be enough.
okay. And actually, I am from Supplier Master Data, and I'm working as a data steward. So, do I need to have good knowledge of MM, FICO, SD, or PM before joining your classes, or I can just go through with the videos you will provide, and then I can go ahead.
Since you are already into SAP, you can directly learn MDG. But like I said, while learning MDG, please ensure that you gain the knowledge on any of these things parallel.
Okay, and right now I have knowledge for MDG, and but I do not have knowledge. I'm not from the background of coding, so is this gonna be easy for me to learn the coding what you are going to teach us, or I have to put some extra efforts, or I have to go with the.
See, if you are a functional consultant, you
Yeah.
don't need to learn about. Even though the course is techno-functional, like there will be some areas where I would be writing the code in MDG. So functionals also would be there to gain the knowledge what is going on and what is the role of functional. But main focus during that time is for the technical folks. As a functional, you no need to understand the code. You just see what is happening. That's it. Technicals need to understand what I am writing. For that, you need to know the ABAP. For ABAP also, I will be sharing you the sources where you can gain the knowledge.
Okay, and this is related to DQM. So, are we going to learn how to create DQM rules, or?
So DQM, I will cover only at high level because that itself is a separate module kind of thing. It takes a lot of time, even MDC. But I will give you the basic requirement information like what is the DQM and what are the configuration needed. And I will show you a couple of rules in the demo. That's it.
Okay, so if we go through with your module, then we can create our own DQM rules, because right now,
at least at the initial stage, you can create the rules. But if you want to explore further, you just need to go through the required documents and whatever.
okay, thank you. And one last thing from my end, you have told us what all you will cover, but is there anything you are not gonna cover and we need to know?
Yeah, good question. So there are few scenarios, very few scenarios. So maybe 10 to 15% of the scenarios which we cannot see in the live in our training systems, because training servers are limited from few aspects perspective. For example, if there is an integration scenario, okay, we need multiple systems. So here we won't get multiple systems. Also, we don't have the proper basis stream like our real time. So in that case, I cannot be able to show you the live integration scenario. That is limited. But I would be showing you the document which is extracted from my real-time project to give you good exposure like how it is going to be in the real time, so that you can get the enough knowledge to continue in the real time. But only the thing is you won't get the live practical experience. Like this, there are 4 or 5 situations where I cannot show you practically in the training environment. But trust me, I will be sharing you the enough knowledge to go ahead with that.
Okay, thank you. This is all from my end. Thank you very much.
Okay, sure. And one more thing I forgot to tell you guys. For Google Classroom, there are mobile applications also. Okay. Android application is there and the iOS application is there. You no need to log into the browser to access the Google Classroom. If you have mobile application, you can access from there also. And whenever I upload any content, if I upload any material or video, you will get the notifications on your mobile. Okay, if you have configured already. Okay, you don't need to wait for me to give you the updates and all those things. You will get immediate notifications if the notifications are enabled. Then you can go and watch the videos, or you can download the materials from there itself. Okay. Also, once you enroll for the course, there is a dedicated WhatsApp group. I'll be creating one WhatsApp group for your batch. So where I will be posting you the regular updates. And if you have any questions and answers, you can now post your questions and answers. And there is one more group with alumni students where most of the students, I cannot say all because few people did not join for some reason. Most of the students, previous batch students, are there in that group. So far, it's almost 11 batches I completed. From 11 batches, few people joined, few are not in contact to me. So there you can post your questions and answers from your projects, but you will be added to that alumni group only when your batch is completed. Okay, that alumni group access will be there for, that group is active for lifetime, but your course WhatsApp group, whatever is there, that will be there only for 1 year. That WhatsApp group, that's it. So this is how our daily interactions are going to be. And if you during the while you are watching the videos and whenever you have some doubts, you can contact me. So I'll be sharing you my contact number once you enroll for the course. If you are through institute, if you are directly through me, I think you might have already have my number. Okay, let's go through some FAQs. I will finish it up quickly. Prerequisites, yes, we have discussed already. Should I be able to work in the real-time project? This is a question from many people. See, I cannot 100% assure that you can be able to work in the real time. It depends on your efforts. In addition to my efforts, your efforts also counted during the course. You have to learn the subject well. You have to practice the scenarios. You have to work on the assignments. Okay. Still, you may not be able to 100% work in the real time because I will tell you the practical reason. The real-time environment is different. The people whom you are interacting in the real time is different. Here you will be interacting only with me. So from that perspective, you might face some difficulty at the initial days, but it doesn't last for a long time. And from the work perspective, yes, I can assure you, mostly you can be able to work confidently. Okay, that would be the difference. And how you can practice? Yes, I will be giving you the access to the server. You can add a practice. Version we are using S/4HANA 2022. Your Google Classroom access is a lifetime. And if you have any doubts or anything, you can contact me on number I will share you. Morning 11 to night 9 o'clock. This is my contactable time. Okay, so that's all for the demo. The payment details and all, you can talk to your institute partner or you can message me. I will share you the details. So you will be having a buffer time once you enroll for the course to make the payment, but depends from institute to institute. They have their own policies. I cannot comment on that. Just in line with them or me if you are through my direct contact. Okay, I will be sharing you the class recording by end of the day or latest by tomorrow. You can go through that. I will be giving you the download access for the demo also. Okay, sorry I took long time than I promised. Yeah.
Venkat, I have small question. Actually, every 10 projects we are only 2 or 3 customers is only for coming from MDG. What's the reason? Is there any particular reason we have?
MDG license is bit expensive and the budget also bit high for MDG projects. But most of the clients are migrating to MDG and SAP made it mandatory for at least for all the new customers and SAP is strongly suggesting all the customers to move to MDG for their master data processes. So down the line, you could see most of the customers would be implementing MDG for sure. But they have to think about the financials perspective, resourcing perspective also, right? So that's why they might take little time to migrate.
Okay. And this is the actually recently a Joule is also coming, right? Okay, instead of this SAP, is there any effect on that in future?
See, SAP is there since 1970s. It's very long historical and very reputed product. To be honest, and from my perspective, it is very hard for any new tool in the market to replace SAP. It is
Okay,
very difficult. It takes decades, in fact. It's not that easy.
okay. So the no need to worry about that in future, right? That
No,
means
don't worry. You can
okay.
confidently go on with it.
Because I heard like that instead of this thing, Joule also there.
No, the rumors will be spreaded, but you don't need to worry on that.
Okay,
It's just
okay,
like
that is
movie, movie reviews. That's it.
okay, okay. Then fine. Actually, once we learned and because I'm entirely different role, right? Mine. Once I was learned and everything is established, we got a issue on that. We have to face some issues, right?
No, don't worry. You won't
The
regret
reason
of learning. You won't regret of learning SAP. That you can trust.
Okay, okay, sure.
Venkat, I have one more question.
Mhm.
If we have data in SAP, and we want to move to MDG, then we have to download all the data from SAP to MDG. Fiori app.
So yeah, those data migration things and all we will discuss in the
Okay.
live sessions.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, guys. So if you have any questions, you can message me or talk me through your institute partner. It is very late. So I would like to wind up the demo. Sorry for not taking all the questions. You can message me personally or you can ask your institute partner to arrange a call with me. Okay. Thank you. See you soon in the live classes. Please confirm your interest so that I can explain you the further steps. Thank you. Have a happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Venkat. Thank you for your time.